What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning on the bottom of the map in the red color. His name's Goldlion. He's from the F2 clan and his name is... No, wait. His name's Goldlion. He's from the F2 clan and he's playing as Zeus. His partners today in the green color playing as Zeus is Player, and in the teal color playing as Oranos is Heimdal. Their opponents today in the blue color playing as Hades is Joe, and he's from the DoD clan. His partners today in the green color also playing as Hades is Brickhead, and finally we have in the purple color playing as Oranos, it's Shelty. The map is Mediterranean, and this is the group stages of the RTS League. And this is a potential final, right? These guys can meet in the finals. So the way that it works in the RTSL is that everybody plays everybody else in their group twice. The top three from those groups go on to the finals. Not 100% sure how that works, but everyone plays everyone, and they meet up and they make their way through those games, or however it works. Someone might be able to explain the next stage to me in the chat. But basically, Group 1 and Group 2 will fight off against each other, and then basically anybody who's left will have to fight off against each other again. So it's a potential final, DoD against F2. There's a lot of really, really strong clans in this in this tournament, and it's the longest running tournament in Age Mythology history. It's been going since 2004 or something. Okay, so apparently first place goes directly to the semis. So if you're top of your group, you do not have to play any games. You go directly to your semis, and then second and third go to play a quarterfinal, and then they will play the semi-finals. The winners will play the semi-finals, and the winners of that will play the finals. Very, very exciting time to be alive. Anyways, longest running tournament in Age Mythology history. Been going since God knows when. And I honestly, given how Age Mythology community sort of works with tournaments, it's surprisingly well ran. Like, teams turn up for the most part, play their games, and it's generally a really, really fun and exciting time to be alive and to be playing the game. And it's definitely the highest competition I've seen in recent memory, even compared to some of the 1v1 tournaments where people are playing for big sums of money. Like the BGO was obviously high level at the end of it, but RTSL, everyone's like coming in, creating new strategies. You get to pick your own home map. So on this one, this is an F2 home map. They love playing on Mediterranean. They're really, really good at it with the two Zeus players. Very hard to take that map off them. And you can pick some really weird maps like Vinland Saga, Nile Delta. There's a whole King Flame map pool with like Borderlands and Moat. You can even pick King of the Hill and do some cheese on the 20 volt. There's so many different options, and it's really, really cool that it's a thing. And it does mean that the weaker teams may be able to steal games off some of the stronger teams and kind of upset the order of things, which is always cool when that can happen. But got all of these great plays. We've got Athena coming through for Goldlion. We have Hermes coming through for Player, and we've got Prometheus coming through for Heimdal. All going for 430s here. We've also got Prometheus for Shelty, and we got a Ares for Brickhead and an Ares for Joe. Both players going Ares here. That's very peculiar. I like one Ares here because it gives you those souped up archers and really going to push you ahead in the late game for Hades. Because the win condition here for Hades against Zeus is always going to be getting late game, having a tower set up and making archers and Petropolis. If you can get to that stage as Hades, there is no way for the Zeus player to beat you. But getting to that point is the difficult part. Now, Heimdal, or Shelty coming in onto Heimdal here. Heimdal going to be defending with his own Oracle here. He's playing nice and defensive. We're going to see I was going to say we're going to see an instant Jason on Odysseus, but not happening. We see the Pestilence coming down onto Goldlion here. Does not get any ships out, and that's huge. Minotaur comes over to pick off the Catastropus, and now some Trireme's going to be pulling into Goldlion's base here. So we may have to see an early ceasefire or something like that from player here, just so that Goldlion can get his docks up. But the dock coming over here, you can get 3 docks up. The area is just kind of counted. He just loses out on some economy from the fishing ships here, which Joe is going after quite rightly, quite nicely, and that's going to be fine. Once this 3rd dock's up, once the Pestilence is over, he's going to be able to produce from those excess resources from 3 docks, and he's going to be fine. But Brickhead's probably going to Ares this again. And if he hits the right spot here, right here, you may be able to get 1, 2, 3 docks. And there's the 2nd Pestilence. He doesn't hit all 3 docks. So Goldlion will be able to start building from 1 dock here, but might not be a thing. And where's Brickhead's units? Brickhead, excuse me, Brickhead doubling over here onto Heimdal. Absolute chaos here as Shelty's pushing forward. He's got these Oracle heroes idle over here as well, and now players coming over to the defense of Heimdal, who's going to be garrisoning those fishing ships. Luckily for Heimdal, he does have those Oranos speedy ships with the 7.25 speed. And now player going to be joining in, and this is not a fight you want to be taking here. There's way too many ships here for F2, and finally Shelty going to decide to be retreating here, and same with Brickhead. Look at all those player ships. His economy, his Mediterranean is some of the strongest you will see. It's just absolute perfection getting those units out perfectly. If you want to learn a Zeus build order on this map, this is a definite recorder game to check out, because player is absolutely killing it right now. Now, again, I love the retreating here from Shelty, pulling back his ships, letting Brickhead get some free shots, but he's not paying attention right here to these ships here. Now, Heimdal and Player are going to be pushing in, picking off a bunch more of Shelty's ships. Some of Heimdal's going down, but Player's still managing to hold on to every single one of his ships. Hasn't lost a single trireme just yet. At least I haven't seen him lose one. And we've also got Goldlion has managed to defend against the initial attacks. He's now sending 8 trireme to the 10 trireme or 11 trireme of Joe. Now, Joe moving over to help out on this location. He is only Hades, so... excuse me. Dying a little bit. And there's the restoration from Player. Going to get all those... or from Goldlion, sorry. Going to get all those ships back. Every single ship was under... had a restoration there. Alrighty, so I'm now pushing in. This is going to be difficult for Shelty to hold on to, actually. He's got the dock fire, so he does have a little bit of extra support, but there's so many boats here for everyone, and I think the population tells the story here. Joe's sitting at 75, Goldlion 68, Player 78, Heimdal 90, Shelty only 68, Brickhead 71, so the 90 population from Heimdal is absolutely huge. Allowing to push through, same with Player with that high amount of population there, but still managing to hold on for the time being. We do see a second town center is up for Joe. Same with Goldlion though, so both players here able to get that one going. We've got some farms up as well. A little bit strange, just trying to keep the food income coming in so he can keep spamming out those villages. And, nice micro here from Goldlion, but Joe's on top of it, does manage to fix that one up there. Second town center now coming up for Player. It's all about those second town center timings in this game, on this map. If you get behind on those town center timings, or, I mean, obviously if you lose the water pretty hard, you're just going to lose the transition onto the land, and things are going to go real bad. Or even you're going to just like get out produced on water, because once the town center kicks into gear, they just will get you. We see a bolt onto that Cyclops there. Now the Minotaur going to be able to attack the Hades Shade that spawned from the Catastropus skill from that Minotaur. So he's cleaning up. He's cleaning up. But I'm sure we'll see like a hero coming out here from Joe. Or at least he should. This Minotaur may be able to do some damage actually if he doesn't. Brickhead still pushing in. Still no second town center for Brickhead. He's still saying 1 town center. And same for Shelty, which is making me a little bit nervous for the DoD clan here. Now, Brickhead getting caught sort of wedged in here as Player's got a nice concave. Both players, or DoD trying to retreat now. And now Joe back over here fighting Goldlion on a 1-to-1. He's actually got a really nice concave here. He's going to have a huge advantage. Lots of low HP Goldlion ships here. And Joe going to be able to push Goldlion back. And Goldlion is going to have to be full retreat back to his docks. He may actually have to get Player or Heimdal to come over and help him out here. Otherwise, Joe may be able to just clean up all these triremes and then push on over onto the food economy of Player, who's currently getting out of control here. Not losing many ships at all, just playing incredibly well. Brickhead not paying attention to his trireme over here. It's looking like he's very low on those, but he is deciding to retreat now. Nice pullback from Player. Shelty getting sandwiched in between both Heimdal and Player, and Shelty going to have to retreat here. So nice play from F2 so far. Nice micro, nice teamwork. But the problem for them right now is going to be Joe, and Joe pushing through. I'd love to see Joe try and grab this town center if he can, but Player's already over onto this one. So it's probably not going to be happening. And this is a really important town center, actually. The town center layout's a bit strange here, because if we look at the town centers for Goldlion, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And he's actually kind of taken a town center from Goldlion's actually taken Player's town center, which is this one. And these, well, hold on. These, I've got no idea. Basically, suffice it to say, the town center spawn on this map is really bizarre. Because Player's going to be sitting only on 2 town centers here because of the layout. Maybe Heimdal took his town center. No, Heimdal didn't. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's definitely a bizarre one. It's not all back town centers here. So now, Joe moving over and chasing up Player, who's got a lot of these trireme here. Maybe looking like these players are just trying to delay here because they do have the town center advantage, so they're going to be getting ahead on the economy. Now, joining up with Goldlion, Joe is kind of 2v1 at the moment, but he kind of has the ship numbers here. It's hard to tell. Maybe he doesn't. He definitely could fight. We see a shockwave coming down for Heimdal as Shelty trying to retreat. It's not managed to pick off that ship, though. Nice play from Player moving in, but Joe has a nice concave with Brickhead coming in for support. Bunch of idle ships in the back though from Brickhead, who's trying to move in, and now as Brickhead gets in, Player decides to retreat, leaving Goldlion kind of that to hang here. And this is totally fine. Goldlion is like, all right, we just need to secure this town center. We secure this town center. We get 4 town centers to 2 on our side, and Heimdal's going to get his own 3rd town center, and it should be fine. Actually, they need to get this town center or this town center here. This is the important one. We may be seeing an underworld passage over onto this town center being very, very vital here in the near future. Anyone going to the next age, though, is the question. Brickhead's on 2 town centers. We've got an armory coming up. No up times here. And now we see Joe getting pushed back. Who's... Don't know what I just clicked there. Definite accident. Just going to turn on... my mouse thing, so my mouse doesn't just randomly jump onto my other screen. Looks fine. Looks fine. Ajax getting picked off, but Player and Goldlion over here. There's just too many units, and Brickhead's going to have to make his way over. Is he sending a villager? No. He's got no military buildings. Still just trying to fight the water and win the water here. They have to know that this town center is key. Shelty's got the idea of this town center here. And actually, Brickhead is on the bottom side with his Cyclops. This could be huge as well. We are seeing Player running all the way over and grabbing this town center now, so that's totally fine. But Heimdal going to be sitting 2 town centers may be an issue here. And Shelty being able to grab his own 2nd town center now is also a thing. But Brickhead and Heimdal going at it yet again. Nice fight here for Brickhead, but he's going to be having to retreat as there's just too many numbers for Heimdal. Sentinel God Power coming up now for Joe. Loses one of them, but the rest of them will be able to defend this one. A 2nd Sentinel now coming up for Joe. Going to help him defend against this even better. And now the villager's coming over because he needs this gold mine. This could be game over right now. If Goldlion can defend against this or keep pushing this attack here, he may be able to just gold stuff. We are seeing the villagers helping out, but Odysseus doing so much damage. Goldlion getting a little bit of retreating, running outside of the sentinel range. Villagers are still under a lot of pressure here, and Brickhead just had Joe just had nowhere to go on this location here, and now Joe's gonna have to retreat. There's so many villagers there. That's absolutely huge. There's no gold mine anywhere else. This is absolutely awful for him. Is there going to be a Apollo though? Apollo could save the day for Joe here. No Apollo coming through just yet, because he could just jump down onto the bottom and just start mining gold over here. It's a bit of an unfortunate use of the Underworld, but Underworld will be able to keep him in this game. There's the Underworld for Goldlion, and he is completely controlling this location here. Meanwhile, player on this location, Brickhead on this location with his Ajax, Chiron, and Cyclops. He try to push through the F2 wall here as a player is spamming up buildings. They do have a ceasefire still, which will be totally fine. We see a fortress coming out for Goldlion as well to control this location. If he gets this one up, it's gigantic for him. The Toxotes just aren't enough against a couple of Hippocon. You always have to mix in a couple of Hippocon when there's Toxotes fights, because they just tank so much damage and they can just move back and forth and just dodge arrow fire. But Joe not doing that. Moving in, we see a Manticore coming in. Player hits Apollo at the moment. And Joe's going to be spamming out Cyclops because he has no gold mines here. That's hilarious. There's still two Odysseus though. Maybe you're going to be getting slung some gold and you can sling some wood back or something like that. It's an option here. Not efficient, but I mean, you got to do something to stay in this game. However, we do see Shelty trying to push onto player, but he's just not having it this game. The Oranos, his Oranos here, just not able to even keep up. He's still got some boats. Brickhead still running around trying to do some things. Player still nice raids here. All incredibly low archer ships though, and they're doing a lot of work with the low HP, able to pick off those fishing ships completely free. There's Brickhead's Apollo. We may be seeing an immediate Underworld over here. Could be a great option. And Brickhead definitely needs to just grab this town center and let Joe just hit 2 town centers and try and go hard carry mode here, because he's the one who's been untouched. His economy is really, really good. He's moving over onto this side of the map. Maybe going to grab a gold mine here, or even just run all the way over here. Not sure, but we do have Goldlion with the Petropolis spam starting. And player moving forward over here with those Terma assistants from Heimdal. Brickhead's kind of not in the right position here. He's over on this side. He's got some Elder Cyclops to back him up, but that's not going to do much when Hephaestus comes in. And that's going to be Bellerophon coming out. We've got some Sentry Towers coming down. Going to be starting the early Sentry Tower push, or Watchtower push, with the Petropolis in order to finish this game nice and fast. And now Shelty just not able to make much use of this extra town center that he has. Brickhead sitting 3 town centers, Shelty sitting 3 town centers, Joe not able to grab this town center is absolutely huge. There's even a Catastropus over here on this location, which we can get an Underworld attack or Underworld grab of that town center, and Goldlion can go up to 5 town centers here. The Cyclops moving forward, player does hit Hephaestus as well, casting instant Plenty Bolt now. The heavy archers, or heavy Toxotes, have come in, and they're going to be helping out. He pushed through, Thayer comes through for Heimdal, and the Cyclops are moving in right now, taking up some damage, but the Odysseus is able to clean those up quite fast. Shockwave over on this location here from Heimdal as he's pushing through as well. The town center going to be going down fairly soon. Petropolis are under attack, but more are going to be flowing. We've got 2 fortresses here. Heliopolis coming through as well. Another Petropolis here to push onto this low HP town center, only 890 HP left. And this is going completely in the favor of F2 currently on both locations. It's the double from DoD is not enough to slow down Goldlion, who's up at town center. Bolt onto the Chiron. Colossus able to push through as well right now because there's no heroes. We do have Hades Joe's hit the heroic age to Apollo himself. And now we've got the town center falling from Shelty, who's now dropping down to 2 town centers, who's not able to push through against all of these fortresses. A pallet's coming down for Heimdal as well. Valor coming in for Shelty to help pick off those hero units here, but we've only got 1 archer hero here as the Stympalian Bird's getting pulled back a little bit. Now Joe pushing back, he's got the help from Brickhead, but with all these watchtowers coming up, it's really difficult to make this work. You need to have so much siege in here. There's no fortress for Joe or for Brickhead here. If he had a couple of Petropolis, he could pick off these watchtowers, but this is just going to be able for Goldlion to push forward because of these watchtowers. They do so much damage, 8.8 damage a second, plus the extra arrow is gigantic, and they cost no population, so it's really difficult to defend against them without your own siege. But maybe we'll be seeing an Artemis coming through. Fortified town centers for Brickhead. No Artemis. It's going to be difficult for him. And Shelty just slowly but surely getting pushed back as well. All of these infantry units from Heimdal plus the Toxotes is too much. No micro on the Termite either onto those Toxotes as the hero arc is getting created there to try and combat the Satyr as Shelty's retreating here. We are seeing the Colossus eating the gold mine, just tanking damage. This is absolutely hilarious. These Toxotes need to not be targeting him. Gara needs to figure out something else to be doing. He's just such a tank, and maybe Perseus, well, obviously Perseus will be able to defeat this. Player casting Underworld here onto this location, and Shelty taps out. Player cast Ceasefire, and Brickhead, Joe tap out. GG. Well played by F2, taking this game. Going up 1-0. In this 2-game series. Taking their home map is to be expected. We'll see what DoD can pull out of their hat for game number 2. Will be an interesting one, but felt like they were in this for the most part, but not securing this town center was such a big mistake. And Brickhead going onto the wrong side of the map early really hurt. If he was over here on this side, could have pushed through. Joe wouldn't have been hit on this gold. That really hurt Joe, and you can see by his low score here, not getting this gold mine was absolutely key. And no back gold mine here either for Joe was super unfortunate. Anyways, GG for F2. Nice play by Goldlion, playing really strong there as well. And we'll move on to game number 2 real shortly.